Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is G. Cole, and welcome to Homegrown, where I get to share with you some good music while talking to some great people. Hello, world. I hope you're feeling as good as I am. I want to pick up all my homegrown listeners out there and welcome all the new listeners. If you haven't yet subscribed, please do, so we can keep you updated when new material is available. We will be posting new episodes bi-weekly. Please check out the website Homegrown with G. Cole to listen and for all things homegrown. The podcast is now available on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, TuneIn, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and all your podcast platforms. This episode is what we call a bonus episode. We upload the content bi-weekly, but ever so often, I do an interview, and it's definitely podcast worthy. So I'm going to go ahead and share this interview with you. This one is with Mr. David I. Muir, photo artist, author, and a whole bunch of other credentials and titles that I'll have him go over with you a little bit later. So I hope you enjoyed this episode like I did, and this is episode 32.
Clock is ticking while the days slip away. Time is always moving, so you'd better not wait. Every day is precious, I don't wanna be late. When there's love to brighten up our lives, can we keep it real, cause I don't wanna pretend. I've been thinking about us being more than just friends. You don't wanna wake up all alone and regret, and find the chance for us to pass you by. Bless me with your smile. Bless me with that look of love, I see it in your eyes. Girl, don't test me, cause I won't compromise. Just do me right and I'll be there today to bless you with my time. Bless you with my heart and all the stuff I have inside. Let me take you where happiness abides, and let love chase our troubles all away. Bless me, and I bless you. Give you one small piece of advice. Listening to your girlfriends, well, that may not be wise. They know nothing about me and they're telling you lies, saying you'll find better any day. I ain't got tattoos and I don't drive fancy cars. Keep it down to earth and got my head in the stars. You'll search far and wide, but you'll find no bigger heart than the one in front of you today. Bless me with your smile. Bless me with that look of love, I see it in your eyes. Girl, don't test me, cause I won't compromise. Just do me right and I'll be there today to bless you with my time. Bless you with my heart and all the stuff I have inside. Let me take you where everything's alright, and let that chase our troubles all away.
Bless Me by Tenor Blue. David.
Yeah, man.
What you say?
That tune up, man.
Got a road. You got a road.
That tune never get play. I don't know how the music scene really stay in the world right now, but if people listen to that music, they cannot stop that music. That tune is nice.
Brother, I'm tell people, says, them song there, I'm call them frozen. Like, when you hear them, your face stays so, Your face make up.
Yeah.
It bad.
The tune, it up.
Those are the words that you normally use to describe about a reggae tune and it go to night. Bad it, mad it, up it, turn up loud.
Mm-hmm.
One word I'm going to say is properly done. I shouldn't say one word, but, you know.
Yeah, no.
Properly done.
Well executed.
Well executed. From inception, when I got the song, I hit play. And the horns, the brass section come in. I was like, God. I kid you not. I paused it and I called Vinny right away. Because I never know, I recognized, I'm like, this gotta be. I'm going to call Vinny, I'm going to call 10 of them and say, yo, the thing mad.
Yeah, it's mad.
I like it. There's a couple of songs out right. I'm comfortable, I'm happy with where reggae music is right now, where it's going. Yeah. I don't know how you feel about it, but with the youth, the stuff, I just premiered a rhythm for Upsetter Records and Loud City on Friday. Them drop a brand new record called Love Vibrations. What I loved about the record more than anything else, the rhythm, It has, I think, 14 tracks on it. I think it's 2 known names, pure young artists. I want to say Miserable and Miserable.
Nice.
I like the fact that an established entity decided, you know what? We're riding. I keep saying, it reminds me of the French World Cup team. We're riding with the youth. You know what I mean?
I love it.
We're riding with the youth. And the man, they must score everything. Penalty, corner, free kick, everything. They knocked it out the park. Busy's on it.
Yeah.
As the elder statesman.
See?
I'd be lying if I told you a busy thing on the baddest thing.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So I'm gonna skip through some of them songs and then we're gonna drop into why we have the man himself, you know, gracing us with his presence in the studio tonight.
Before you go too far, I want to tell those people who have joined so far, stick around, hang out, spend the evening with G. This is a good vibration. We're gonna get to some interview of David, but just hang out with us. We'll listen to some music. Things are going on. I see some people are representing Mish. I like how you say that. Hello, sexy. I like that. Keep it going. Sian, everybody that's watching. Hey, who's that? Miss April. Love and honor. Everybody, big up. But definitely, stick and stay. We're going to enjoy the evening together.
I don't consider myself a bad mind person, David. I don't. I normally don't. But I don't get these things, you know. I'm here on a Wednesday evening, and I get a Thursday, and people come on, them show love. You know what I mean? No sexy, man. None of that. I never got that. You know, the hierarchies are at a minimum. I get a couple, you know what I mean?
But G cool, I'm going to tell you what is really happening.
What is going on here?
Look at the brand on your shirt. It's a homegrown with G Cole. You are doing the homegrown thing. You're doing the wholesome thing. My branding is sexy.
Oh, that's what you sell sexy.
I sell it.
I like it.
So it's an intentional thing.
I retract the bad mind.
No, it's not. If you put it out there, if you want that for yourself,
Yeah.
you will get it. You know.
I too can be sexy.
You too can be called sexy. Listen, I don't even pretend to be sexy. You know.
Yeah, you just roll around and just.
But I brand myself as sexy because I am intellectually sexy.
God.
Sincerely, look at me. I have a big belly, triple chin, all of these things. That has nothing to do with my sexiness. My sexiness comes with intellect.
For real?
Absolutely.
Damn, that means I'm fine as hell. Then I didn't know.
Exactly. But you just have to own it.
Okay.
I'm not afraid of the word sexy, man.
Take off my shirt.
See that? Yeah, we can't take off mine too. We can't do it. We can do the topless show.
Facebook, I shut the feed. Facebook chop off the feed long time. Just in case. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to check out a couple of artists that I talked to you about. This is a young songstress out of Jamaica. She goes by the name Jazz, all right? And this song is called Forever Guide. Keep it moving, keep it grooving. It is Homegrown.
Ready up, setter. Now forever guide my life through the night and straight through the daytime. Forever guide my life.
Melody, I'ma own that sexy. Philip, big up yourself. Thank you so much for joining the movement. Nads, wagwan.
Keep it alive cause my fire is
Saying Rose.
sing if you feel the vibe. Forever guide. Now bleach eye skin to fit your dislikes. Impressed with the voice and the upful vibes. And Jazz Elise touch the mic is just righteous rhymes. Singing sweet melodies, cause I love me I pray. No matter what them want to hear me sing, but now go sing. I sell up.
Tell us how the youth them do it, David.
Remind me of coffee.
Yes, you have a vibe,
Vibe
right?
like yeah.
Yeah, man.
That little flow there.
A little
like
flow there, but the
yeah.
voice is sweet.
Yeah.
Jazz Elise, ladies and gentlemen.
And Jazz Elise, she a got done it. Background classroom, stage show, Jazz run it. Never ready, never it's a prepare for a storm. I'll forever guide my life through the night and straight through the daytime. Forever guide my life, and show me what's right. The eaters that come and can't hear what they're saying. And keep it alive cause my fire is burning, yeah. Sing if you feel the vibe. Forever guide. My have the fire and the torch feel lighted. Forge under fire, your cold heart can't out it. We the people of the mind and the word fi declare it. We're persevering. Been told I'm good for nothing. I would never make it. Been abused and underrated, discouraged, but I now make that phase me. So it's a journey road long. We batter, bruise and fall down, but we still a walk strong. Cause if I one shirt me have me, I go a shit and sun it. We work it up, we do one Jazz Elise, she a got done it. Background classroom, stage show, Jazz run it. Never ready, never it's a free.
Bad.
Forever guide my life through the night and straight.
Jazz Elise, ladies and gentlemen, they're tune mad.
Yeah, man.
Forever guide my life.
And I'm gonna give you another wicked one right now from an artist that goes by the name Kezai. You've heard me play songs from him, but check out this one. It's called Stigma, alright? More music coming your way.
You
stop. Please me, I beg you, remove the stigma. Let me fix this, don't get it twisted. Common sense in me quick twit. Country boy, I no fool, no fool. Him no fi hold him one. So no take him fi no clown. When him tried it in a town dread, him no fi get around one. Country girl, I no fool, just cool. She no fi hold her own. So no take her fi no clown. When you see her in a town dread, she no fi get around one. Country boy now follow nobody so easy. Him prefer lead and a true. Wanna wear the man a tried it, body believe me. Him no need not a crew. All he need are just him hopes and him dreams, right? Jah a guide him towards progress. In the street, him a roll very neatly. Country boy never clueless. Country boy come a town, town girls gather round. Town man see that and a give out a sound. King lifestyle, him a wear all the crown. Plus him sharp like a razor. Country boy, I no fool, no fool.
What was David? You remember one?
Yeah, man, and the country boy, I no fool, man. All the way. The country meaning we are going to own it, not just from outside of Kingston, the whole country. And a fool.
Love it.
We own the whole thing. Love it, man.
Don't take her in a clown when she step in on.
Kezai, ladies and gentlemen, country boy, I no fool.
Come follow me now. Best believe she wise. Granny teach her right. No underestimate. Better treat her right. This universe large. That mean a smile can't hide. Represent herself. Afrobeat all night. Watch she walk, man. Listen how she talk. Country girl with a purpose and a cause. Oh, you mean? Slim and neat in a stature, but she large. You know see the country girls, them a go hard. Country girl come a town man gather round. Town girl not like that, so she start from this universe and now she get the crown. Intelligence major. Country girl and a fool.
Everybody in the country up on a fire right now, ladies and gentlemen. It's called Stigma. It is Kezai. Me I tell us that the artist wicked can't done. I got one more from this rhythm that I'm gonna drop on you. Alright? It's called Lifting Me Higher. And this artist is called Alicia Scott. Featuring Tactical, alright? More music. Nods, big up yourself. Love it, love it, love it.
Baby, it's you I want, you I need, and I feel like I'm in ecstasy. I make you baby, it's you I want, you I need. You're lifting me higher, you're lifting me higher. Good morning, Mr. Blue Sky. How are you? I wanna fill my day with love. I got lots to do. Can you help me out with some good vibes? Pineapple just to feel nice.
Yeah, man. And when you we live again. All right. Well, let me say this. No, well, I'm going to say two things. I don't want to interrupt the music. Cause the mix. Go mix.
You got me living in a place. I wanna buck up with you every day.
Who them have play hands on the track everything, yeah?
I don't know.
Boy, but man, tell you them I deal with the thing properly, man. The vibes,
Yes.
just nice. It feel pure and clean, and it just feel like it lifting us up high. I'm telling you, man, what a great vibe with the music.
I love it. Upset the Records, big up on yourself on this one, all right? Big up on yourself, big up on yourself, big up on yourself. I
Excellent.
love it, I love it, I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, that one is Alicia Scott and Tactical. You know something? Make you hear the artist Tactical. I'm with you.
Alicia, my queen, you deserve all crown. Subvert you up one of a kind, you wanna pass round. Woman of my dreams, are you alone? I make my heart pound. Me lift your higher, ignite your fire. Rebel warrior in your life, your desire. Nothing left, give you the best what you require. Girl, I love you, blessed by the Messiah. Power, me need you next to me. You are the best to me. The way you love you connect, girl, me call it destiny. It's like a judge just saying, girl, you really meant for me. And they could never ever stand what's meant to be.
Baby, it's you I want, you I need, and I
Yeah, man, the song's called Lifting Me Higher. It's Alicia Scott and Tactical. Ladies and gentlemen, that one is a big one, all right? Touch something real quick, and I'm going to get back, and we're going to be talking to Mr. David I. Muir. We're going to be talking life. We're going to be talking liberty. We're going to talk art. We're going to talk all that, all right? We're going to talk Putin. We're going to talk...
We're not talking about Putin at all. We can't remove that one.
Remember, so we have a 40-second delay. Somebody's in the back editing right about now, so we're good. We don't have a thing for worry about. Not a thing for worry about, brother. It is all set, all right? This one is Cloth Talk, one of our sponsors. Keep it moving, keep it grooving. It is Homegrown. Hear what?
Sleeve.
No.
He meant it figuratively. I took it literally.
Boom.
My grandpa used to tell me I wear my emotions on my sleeve. He meant it figuratively. I took it literally. Now I'm my own walking billboard. From the minds of Fernaburner comes Cloth Talk, creating your own hieroglyphics. Deep thinker? Let the world know. Fun guy? Let the world know. Just overall grateful? Let the world know. Put your thoughts on fabric. Cloth Talk. Clothing the world, one thought at a time. No, cut. But it's supposed to be clothing the world one shirt at a time, mate. It's one shirt at a time, all right? You can't get it right. And what's up with them bloody crickets? Cloth Talk. Clothing the world, one shirt at a time. It's not great, but it's better than before. It's definitely better than before.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. I want to big up Jai the Fernaburner. I got a project out right now called Cloth Talk. I'm just loving it. Where he pretty much puts your thoughts on fabric. You know what I mean? You can get your shirts, you can get whatever. Again, create your own hieroglyphics. Courtney Thomas, big up yourself. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you. All the supporters out there that's been supporting the podcast all this time. We have, again, Mr. David I. Muir in the building.
Blessings.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am a lover of the arts, be it music, be it the visual arts, photography, painting, sculptings, etc. So I enjoy talking to not just musicians and actors, but artists as a whole.
Hold on, so means not a musician too?
Well, you don't know, can't put the thing out there, so because you know what I mean. That's what you do in Europe. We're talking about North America. You know what I mean?
Okay, all right.
Tonight's guest really needs no introduction, ladies and gentlemen. He's a photographer, like him just tell you, a musician too, artist manager, DJ, curator, photo artist, and shots at the thing and all on them.
What? Go for the thing. Show way off.
And
author.
and author of the book Pieces of Jamaica. See there? Which camera? We good? We're getting from every angle.
Every angle. See
every
there?
angle.
Love it.
Sir, welcome.
All right, I'm going to put on the phone now. Yes.
Welcome, brother.
Give the eyes some proper attention. Thanks for the welcome.
No, my pleasure. My pleasure. Thanks for stopping through. We got two things we're running through right about now. I got Mr. Vegas coming in the studio on Sunday.
Oh, I thought you was enjoying me in the seat right over here.
Nah, it was going to happen, but see what happened was, right? And then here what happened was, you don't know the thing set up. We are here to talk to you about some endeavors, some projects, some stuff you got coming up, right? But for the masses, for the two people in the world that don't know who David I. Muir is, the two of them live in Rakistan, right? I know I'm Big Stone. So we're gonna we're gonna introduce you a bit, right? You're not just known as one of the best photographers in the game, but by all the events you've curated and been a part of. Like I said, we're here to talk about an incredible event you have coming up called Reggae Reel.
Thank you, sir.
I'm excited, but guess what? Let's reminisce, because I like doing that. You were here before for the podcast.
Definitely.
You and Mr. Roy Sweetland.
Mr. Sweetland.
All right, big up
Who is
yourself,
live,
Roy.
Roy? Big up, Brethren, for
Big up
life.
yourself. If you haven't checked it out, go check out the podcast Homegrown with G. Cole. You will love it. It's actually one of our more popular episodes. But talk to the masses. We're going to step back a little bit. The last event, shouldn't say the last. I was at one more recently, but you did an event, Let There Be Reggae, which is a little bit different from the norm.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Talk to the masses about that one, because I spoke to you prior. I didn't get an opportunity to speak to you after regarding that event. Talk to me about the impact it had, not only just the masses, but you and the feedback you got.
Well, yeah, I'm going to give you a little bit of that. So here's the thing. I've created a lot of things in my lifetime. I have been somebody who is not afraid to express themselves. From I was a little boy, I have enough. You know, no, I don't have no problem calling myself what I am. I own up to a lot of things. I'm enough, brother.
Cool,
and no, it's real.
Right.
And being enough, brother, has allowed me to create a platform of how I want to express myself in the world, and it has been great. And as I speak, and as people are listening, I want people to also please do two things as we move along. I want to answer people's questions. If you can, post your questions in the chat room. And secondarily, but also equally important, as well as posting your questions, share the feed. Because before we're done, we're going to go for about 4 or 5 hours. I'm kidding. But we're going to... we'll at least be an hour. And it's going to give a lot of people opportunity to ask questions. You can ask me anything. You can ask me my underwear size. You can ask me... You say you have a 40-second delay. So you can ask me about my afro. You can ask me about my art. Whatever it is that you want, post the questions. I will answer any question that is posted in the chat. So let me finish the question that you asked me. The impact of Let There Be Reggae. So part of the thing about me is that being somebody that has no qualms to try anything, I was approached by someone who had never done this before. He was a first-time curator, first-time producer of an art event.
Right.
And he approached me because he had been referred to me by a friend of his who said the person to talk to is David Muir about what he wanted to do. He wanted to curate a show that highlighted reggae music for how he saw it. He's not Jamaican.
Right.
He is a brother that just love and honor what Jamaican music truly is, both reggae and dancehall.
Wow.
And he grew up loving it so much, he wanted to do something to honor that. And he was led to me.
Right.
When she reached me, I said, this is an easy thing. I
Right.
know exactly where we need to go. And I told him, funny enough, that I didn't qualify to be a part of that show because I didn't think that I had the longevity that honor deserved. So I pointed him in the direction of Roy Sweetland, my good brethren. And I
Right.
said, Roy Sweetland is the photographer you need to highlight in that show.
Right.
It turned out that I did get to be a part of the show as well. But the impact of what happened, I mean, I did refer a few of the artists. He
Right.
also got some of the artists on his own through his own other connections. But we shared the production of Let There Be Reggae. And he is not someone who's looking for any limelight. He's not looking to be known or for anyone to know that he helped to produce. But he
Just
put
a love of the culture.
love of the culture. He put up a lot of funds and a lot of time and brought in a lot of his resources, personal resources. His family and so on came together and helped me to produce what became Let There Be Reggae.
Right.
I am completely proud of what we were able to do. We brought the musicians, we brought the singers, we brought the sound system operators, we brought, we literally brought in the dub players, we brought in VP Records, we brought Maxine and her collection of dancehall signs. There were so many great elements of what became the final product of Let There Be Reggae. I personally am overwhelmed by what we were able to accomplish. It took about a year to produce that show.
It showed.
And thank you. And the feedback has been phenomenal. People can't wait for there to be another one. I genuinely had thought we would never do that again because it took so much time and effort to get that done.
Right.
And resources. I didn't think it was going to happen again, but looks like it's going to happen again.
What?
It does look that way. We're in dialogue now. We have actually identified some of the artists who will be featured this year.
New. So
New,
we have
all new artists, all
Love it.
new work, a completely different show. We will have, if things go as planned, we will have some feature of the ones who opened the original Let There Be Reggae one. So, there'll be some of Roy's work, maybe some of my work and so on. But there's going to be a whole new set of features. But the impact on me has been much greater because now there's Reggae Reel. The reason that I can even have a Reggae Reel was because there was Let There Be Reggae.
Right.
And now, more than just the people close to me have been exposed to some of my catalog of images of reggae. And so I was sought out and, again, quite humbly, requested, I was commissioned to do this show for the city of Pompano Beach. So the city has requested that I produce this body of work to share with a completely different audience. And
So the city of Pompano Beach is behind this one?
they're not just behind it. It's their everything. It's their facility. They're financing it. They are promoting it.
You went pop.
So I guess I went pop. Okay. Yeah. So
I love it.
I guess so. I sold out to Pompano Beach. But proudly so. And I'll say why. You introduced Pieces of Jamaica, the book. And this is my first solo show since January 2012, which brought about the book Pieces of Jamaica. And I'll explain why. I don't know if you want to put a music or something in between. Or you want me to flow. I feel like,
but you know what though? You see, when I talk to, that's why I tell people this all the time. They think I just love to talk, kind of plug these microphones in and stuff, but it's difficult. It's not, everybody's not even easy to talk to. So when I get somebody like you here who I can engage, it's Christmas.
Yeah,
it's Christmas,
I feel you.
so I appreciate it. But I'm going to drop something for you. Remember, Mr. Vega's coming in here. We're going to go through his album. We're going to go through some stuff. I'm going to get some feedback from you, too.
Definitely.
All right? Keep it moving, keep it grooving.
Yeah,
It
man.
is Homegrown.
Stay in tune, folks. Stay close.
Princess Black, baby. Yeah. My princess, Princess Black. Yeah. Black woman, it's gonna get better. I know things hard, sometimes you just can't deal with the pressure. Black woman, don't surrender. Royal forever, and your beauty no buy from no vendor. Black prince with a royal princess. Big up the empress with you, me so impressed. Natural me rate to the highest. Black woman surviving on any type of climate. You're my spouse, my wife. But you will keep my life. Just stay right by my side. Black woman, it's gonna get better. I know things hard, sometimes you just can't deal with the pressure. Black woman, don't surrender. I am forever, and your beauty no buy from no vendor. Watch you now, big up me African princess. Me a feel of her up plexus. None can crack your blackness. You are the queen of the earth, them have to confess. Body type of the tightest. Your brown skin that the nicest. When you put on your tight dress, me a people, oh yes. Black woman, it's gonna get better. I know things are, sometimes you just can't deal with the pressure. Black woman, don't surrender. I am forever, and your beauty no buy from no vendor. Black woman, it's gonna get better. I know things are, sometimes you just can't deal with the pressure. I promise I'll be there for you, baby. I promise I'll be there for you, baby. Where would I?
Yeah, man, and that one is called Black Princess from the album Ism. Ladies and gentlemen, we're sitting here with Mr. David I. Muir. Continue, sir. Continue, sir. Continue, sir.
Yes, sir. I will certainly do that. All right. So I was getting around to explaining how this thing sort of worked out for me. In particular, 2012, I mean, well, it happened before 2012, but 2011, I was invited by the City of Sunrise, similar to the City of Pompano Beach, to do a solo show. And that solo show, which opened January, I believe January 6th, to be honest with you, but don't quote me. It was January 2012. started something phenomenal in my life, which had really got me an amazing amount of exposure in my art form of photography. And as a result of that show, which took place, City of Sunrise, for the months of January and February 2012, I got an endless amount of articles written, newspapers and so on, the like, internet and so on. So much so that the opening event had hundreds of people. I could call a big number of hundreds. I don't even want to go there. But over the duration of the months, it pulled in thousands of people.
Right.
And as a result of that response, I was not only emboldened, but I was courted to have this book, which you have sitting here on the table, Pieces of Jamaica. Since that time, I've done shows all around, including being invited to do shows in Jamaica, traveling the US, going to Canada and so on. I've done exhibitions, I've done book signings, I've done many things. And I'd like to say that the man of a signed version.
I can prove it.
Signed, and it's at a G equal to what? Big up.
Easy.
Yeah.
No, well, it's gonna be worth a lot.
I hope it's already worth a lot.
No, I want to work more.
But so the impact of what happened since Let There Be Reggae is that now we have been invited to do another solo show by a city ordinance, which is huge for me in a lot of ways. I've done a lot of solo shows. I've done a lot of exhibitions, group shows, all kinds of things. I'm currently exhibiting in 4 exhibitions in South Florida alone, currently. 4 different places. And they all do well for me. I sell product, books, whatever, I sell art. But there's a completely different scenario when a city does it, because what they do is they invite all the residents of the city. They reach out beyond the city. They advertise in innumerable places, and they have a much greater reach. So my name, my art, my culture, my country gets a whole different level of exposure. And when they reached out and said, hey, let's do this. And again, there are a lot of forces behind. Let me also really spend a moment to say a big respect to 2 people in the music business. There's a musician by the name Gray. I don't know if you're familiar with Eugene Gray. But
Yes, I am.
Eugene Gray and his wife, Felicia Gray, were very instrumental in introducing the city of Pompano Beach to David Muir and my work.
Right.
So they do work
Big up
there.
Eugene.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Eugene Gray, big up, big respect. So because of that introduction and the exposure of my work to the city and powers that be, and there are a lot of people there who already knew me, but weren't the ones who were willing to say first, hey, check this guy out and do something. Right. That's why I'm going to say big respect to Eugene and Felicia, because they were the ones who they said, hey, listen, check this guy out. Yeah. Something special is going on.
Yeah.
And so that sort of brought us to where we are. And I have to love that. But now what it has done is that it's given me a voice where Reggae Reel is a collection of just personal and intimate moments for me. Because whenever I show work...
And this is all David Muir?
Yeah, this is 100%. So that's... Yeah, and I'm glad you asked the question. Mm-hmm. Because we in the world of art assume people understand when we say things, what they mean beyond the terminology we use internally. Mm-hmm. But it is rare in today's world to easily get a show that focuses on you. Right. It's always going to be you and so many others.
15, 20 others.
Right. Yeah. So this is special because it is focusing on me, and therefore it gives my voice a great platform to express what's important to me.
Right.
I am the sole person responsible for making all the choices. I am not only the artist on display, I am the curator of the work. So I am choosing the work, I am installing the work. So as you see the work displayed, it is through my efforts. Now, I'm not a single person in that. Right. I have a team. My sons are part of my team. My business partners are part of my team. The people who I care about and I bring in, I say to them, tell me, what do you think I should do here?
Right.
This is what I think I want to do. What do you think? How do you think this will be received? Because sometimes I have some weird, out of the way ideas of what I would like to do, and it not going to always fit well with people who are not half insane like me. So I have to.
All my people big up in the set.
Yeah, I have to check in with the people who are more in tune with normalcy.
Right.
I'm far away from normalcy. But having checked in, I'm going to tell you, people spread the word. This is not a one night event. Yo, the party is on this night. We have a lot of parties. I would love to talk about the things that I do that are those party events. This is a longevity thing. This is talking about legacy. This is about the culture that comes from Jamaica. The show runs for 2 months, which means that you have a long space of time, which means most people are going to forget about the show. Oh, I know that show is going to want to go, and the whole 2 months is going to run off and you don't show up because we didn't give you one specific day and time to come out and party with us.
Right.
You have to take some initiative. Mark it on your calendar. From August 10th through September 30th, this show is going to run. It is open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. People always say, but I'm working. And by appointment. Right. You can schedule your own appointment. You can come in on a Saturday. You can come in on a Sunday. You could come in before 10. You can come in after 6. But again, it's on your initiative.
Right.
Their cultural center is open Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
So we're rolling with that.
You roll with that. If you want a special time, then schedule a special time.
Can be arranged.
There is one particular party day, if you want to call it that. There's no party. But there is a day that I would recommend that if you need a day to pencil on your calendar, the date is August 26th. August 26th is going to be the date. It's a Sunday. It's going to be in the afternoon. That's when I'm going to do my artist talk, where I'm going to sit like I am today, but instead with the audience of people who have come to interact on that day and talk about the work I have on display. So if you want a date to come, August 26th, 2:30 p.m., the doors will open. Come early. There will be refreshments, food, and so on will be available. There is no cover charge for any day of the show. For the full 2 months, any day that you come to the show, it is free to come and experience my expression.
It's sell out. No. the right words are tossed around. Here's what I'm gonna do because I love what you're saying right now. To me, as I hear you, there, and I always go back to the culture. There's 3 cornerstones here. There's the city of Pompano. There's David I. Muir, and there's reggae music. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
That tie-in right there. It's a triangle. In other words, we need you to support the city in their endeavors. We need you to support reggae music in their endeavors, and we need you to support David I. Muir. All right? If you don't like David, but you like reggae, come on.
yeah. I don't even want you to like David. Just like reggae and come out.
Come on.
Because this genuinely, gee. So I've been in music my whole life. I don't know how you really. I can't even explain that properly. My whole entire life.
Right.
This is a special year for me. This is one of them big years, you know. Turned 20 this year.
Cool now. Easy.
It's one of them.
One more year can drink.
The 0 and 1 of the year. So this is a big year for me. And I'm going to tell you, my entire life I've been in music. I can't remember myself not loving music. I have an older sister, and she was collecting records before me, and that sort of got me into collecting records. You follow your big sister, you follow. So in the 70s, I started collecting music seriously.
Right.
And it's just been my life ever since. So it's from the early 70s I've been in music fully. Right. So immersed in it. And I love it dearly, but I don't love anything like I love performance. So sure, I love music. I love what come out of the studio, recorded and so on. Yeah. But I love the actual performance.
Love it.
And that's what you're going to get with Reggae Reel. Reggae Reel is going to be a celebration of performances in reggae music.
I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, you're hearing it right here. And here's what we're going to do differently. This weekend, we're supposed to put up the episode. Like I said, the podcast goes up every 2 weeks. We have an episode coming up. And I'm going to touch on some of this with you too. PR, all right? Talking to a publicist, public relations professional.
Absolutely.
And that's going up. However, since we got this is big things. Every now and then we do what we call bonus episodes, right? So I'll do the edits and I'll throw this up. And give me all the details. I'm going to put it in the show notes for those people who need it. The numbers, the dates, whatever the case may be, where they can come out and so forth. For all the latecomers that need to go back on to Facebook or need to go back onto the podcast, go to justmusic.com/JMTV. Check it out there. We have all the information. But I got to put this one up. I'm going to touch one more song off a Vegas album. This one is called Kemet. Ladies and gentlemen, keep it moving, keep it grooving. It is Homegrown.
we confuse. Give them the truth and I hit them refuse. But it's hard to win a long time, we a lose. So that's why all them drugs and them poisonous booze. Damn it, them stole everything from Kemet. We motherland with the resources, them inhabit. Them round us up and took us on a Jesus ship. And held us captive on this side of the planet. You don't want to hear the truth, it's just the way they plan it. Selling your food with the GMO to make you vomit. Then give you 66 books, you can't understand it. So you have to join a church with a pastor where you promise. Him sell you a ticket to heaven where Christ promise. Your spiritual ritual, some Africa them ban it. Me not sing the song, now forget another hit. But me have to clean my soul from all the toxic. I know, say enough of them I say we confuse. Give them the truth and I hit them refuse. But it's have to win a long time, we a lose. So that's why all them guns and them poisonous booze. Them said the mark of the beast is 666. But we could not be the beast, cause we not play politics. 6 neutrons, 6 protons, 6 electrons. And that make up the carbon in the Africans. But me get back to the rhyme because the flow you sick. This more complicated than arithmetic. Watch them trying to kill the baby in your belly when you kick. And if it survive, the vaccine make it autistic. I know, say enough of them I say we confuse. Give them the truth and I hit them refuse. But it's time to win a long time, we a lose. So that's why all them drugs and them poisonous booze. Damn it, them stole everything from Kemet. We motherland with the resources, them inhabit.
Darcel, big up yourself.
Put us on a Jesus.
Ron, big up yourself. Amon, big up yourself.
On this side of the planet.
Thank you so much to everybody that's logged in right now, sharing the links. We appreciate you.
Them sell it.
Ladies and gentlemen, that one is called Kemet and it is from the upcoming album Ism, Mr. Vegas. I tell you, the album's not out yet. It comes out on the 27th, if I'm not mistaken. The powers that be will definitely let me know, and if that's not correct, I will correct it. But I think it is the 27th. Mr. Vegas will be here live in studio on Sunday, 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Justmusic.com/GMTV. Just hit us up there. You'll be able to take in the whole thing live. David, you've got so much in the pot, man. I'm talking about so much in the pot, but we you know me already. I'm always in the rearview mirror as we come up. You do so many things. One other thing you did recently that was ginormous. I want to say did, you know, we're not going to discredit anybody. Of course, you're not rolling solo.
Yeah, I'm not solo.
You know, we
Not
got to big
ever.
up Khalib and big up the masses there at Allen Syndicate and the whole,
Thank you.
which is just one of the 57 things that you're involved in. You know what I mean? It was 58, but one guy shot. But you know it already.
I do.
But talk to me about Taste of the Islands. I missed that one because I wasn't here, but I heard it was absolutely amazing. And you guys put on an outstanding event. Talk to me about that event.
Whoa, yeah, man, I'm very proud of what we have accomplished so far. All right, so for those who don't know, I have to, yes, to big up to Khalib. I will big up Khalib. At the very beginning, Khalib Thompson, my business partner, we are, we're a business. We also have other business partners, so I can't leave them all out. But Khalib is special for a reason. So we have a group. Our group is called Island Syndicate. We produce a number of things. Mm-hmm. And I'm glad you asked me about it because there's a lot to share regarding Island Syndicate. But predominantly, the first thing is we talk about the event because the event is big and it's shiny and it's doing very, very well. Mm-hmm. We kept our first Taste of Islands experience last year. Mm-hmm. Now, this is a spin-off from a TV show which Khalid produced on her own with Blondie Ras. Mm-hmm. So Blondie Ras Productions created Taste of Islands, the television show with Chef Irie. Right. It's kicked off like 4 years ago. Mm-hmm. It's actually still nationally syndicated. It's shown in 46 states nationwide in America. It is carried by Create TV, which is the main parent station for PBS. Mm-hmm. It's a big deal. They have thousands and thousands of viewers. They buy books. They do all these different things. Because Khalib and I have collaborated on a few things. I've been working with Taste Islands from its onset as behind the scenes. I was a photographer, worked in production. Right. But it's her thing, not my thing. But as team building and different things, we talked about what we could do to expand Taste Islands, the brand. We came up with the concept of doing this event, Taste Islands Experience. We kept our first one last June. It was tremendously successful in terms of people showing up. But a lot of people were disappointed that we didn't do the production to their expectations, which is rare for anything Khalib touches because she is a perfectionist.
What was their gripe?
People didn't get enough food. They thought it was going to be a sit-down dinner, eat up your belly full kind of a thing, and that wasn't it. It's light bites, it's tasting, and it's an experience. But people thought, and so we had to come again and figure out how to improve.
The people don't get enough food, David.
That's the number one complaint we had.
No belly full.
No belly full. They came after work. They were hungry. People came from wherever.
Oh, so they misinterpreted what it was. Is that what it
I'm
was?
not putting it on anybody.
True, but the boss is.
We didn't deliver what people
expected.
That's on us. And so
I hear you.
we tried to improve it. We did it in New York last June. It was interesting. New York was an interesting result.
Right.
In October 2017, we did it in Washington, D.C., and it was off the chain. That was our third installation.
Right.
We figured everything out.
Kinks all worked out.
All the kinks were worked out. It was phenomenal.
Nice. People getting belly full.
Yeah. The expectations were different.
You had people that like finger food. Let's just keep it real. That's kind of, because tell people all the time, when you go to a restaurant, a Jamaica restaurant, what are the main thing? You can make it pretty how you want, portions where they fit it.
So anyway, we worked it out. It went very, very well. We were in literally the society papers, all those things wrote about us in DC.
Wow.
It was spectacular. It actually was kept. We held it at the Haitian embassy.
Wow.
So this is huge. It
Wow.
was and it was attended by all the people of the consular corps. So the ambassador from Barbados was there, Jamaican representation was there, the Haitian ambassador who hosted us didn't want us to leave. He was like, when are you coming back? Let's do this some more. But it went really, really, really well. And
nice.
it shored up our blueprint so that when we did Taste the Islands Experience South Florida in 2018, we were very proud of what took place. So I want people to understand that when you think about this, we're building something that's going to... I want to talk about 2019 Taste and Experience, but before we go there, what I want people to understand experientially, yes, we had food. We had a lot of food. There was more food than any amount of people could have eaten off. So we solved that problem.
Yes, sir.
But part of the experience that I think people should take away from what took place is that it wasn't just about eating food. There was a lot of other experiences going on simultaneously.
Right.
We had features like a culinary museum where we actually had artifacts that people come and see, historical things that you don't see people use anymore because of technology. But what were the origins of the things that we did?
Wow.
We also had... we did it in origin. We did it. We had a culinary theater, separate from the culinary museum, not to be confused, with a culinary theater where people would come in and we had a literal play that we created where people did an acting role that we recorded previously and we put it together where people come in, they sit down in the theater, they watch the presentation, and as the presentation about the various cultures of food, for example, we talk about Jamaican culture and food, they talk about jerk, and as you are watching the jerk, somebody comes and serves you a plate of jerk, not a plate of, taste bites of jerk, so you would get that experience, not only watching the actor presenting about that, but then you get to taste it and you have that experience of, wow, I'm seeing it and I'm tasting it all in one go.
Right.
In addition to the culinary theater and the culinary museum, we had what we call Restaurant Row. Restaurant Row was local restaurants from South Florida who had something to share that was Caribbean in origin. So it could have been an American restaurant, an Italian restaurant, who was doing something that gave an ode to Caribbean cuisine. Not Jamaican, Caribbean, because we really represented all the islands.
Right.
Separate from Restaurant Row, we had what we call the Taste the Islands Pavilion. Taste the Islands Pavilion featured our chefs from the TV show. So Chef Ari was there, Chef Tia from Haiti was there. We had a mixologist, which is a mixologist named Casanova, who came from Barbados. He's actually the world champion in mixology at this point.
Wow.
And Chef Tia, one of our chefs who cooks on the show, is last year's defending champion, or she was the reigning world champ for the, what's the name of the competition? For the the Global Chef Challenge, but whatever that is, Chef Tia, our chef, is the reigning champ.
Right.
So we had a lot of power, star power in the cooking department.
You didn't come light with this
No,
one.
no, we
didn't
did
come light
not.
with this one.
And this is a preview to what we're doing for 2019. It's going to be sincerely above any expectations. So we're building something special with longevity. I can go on, but I don't want to belabor just Taste the Islands.
Right.
It's something that if you have not seen it, check it out. You can go to Taste the Islands Experience on Facebook. You can go to our website, and we do a lot of different things. I'm gonna just stick one part in here, and then I'm gonna let you ask me something else. Not only are we doing the event Taste the Islands Experience, but we're doing a magazine called Island Origins Magazine,
Right.
which people need to be aware of. We just won. I'm gonna say got, because we never got a store and buy it.
Right.
We just won. We just won 3 very prestigious Charlie Awards for publishing. We got Best New Magazine, Best Writing for a Feature. I don't know the exact verbiage, and another writing award for our now 1-year-old magazine.
Unheard of.
And like a proud candle. It's like I can't take
Unheard of.
any part of the credit. It's a team effort. It's not David Muir. David Muir has his art, and David Muir does but this is something that's straight Island Syndicate. It's a team work situation.
Big up the team.
And we're getting some great accolades.
You're the quarterback, though. So, the quarterback gets the glory, the quarterback gets the blame, all right?
I hear you. I'll take the blame when it comes. I don't need any part of the glory. We share the glory.
I love it. That's unheard of for a brand new magazine, though. Or in this political climate, unprecedented. Unprecedented is the word, the common word. I like it. Big up Khalib, big up the whole team over there. What I love about the stuff that you're involved in, David, is that ain't no one-dimensionalism in your thing. No. Even though people like to think that there's a separation, which sometimes there is when it comes to the Caribbean. I'm over here doing that. We use the word Caribbean, but yet still there's a certain level of separation. Yeah. But the thing is, it wasn't called Taste of Jamaica. You know what I'm saying?
No, I know it's called Jamaican Origins. It's called Island Origins.
I like it.
We're definitively inclusive, and beyond being inclusive, I want everyone who listens and understand. I believe majority of people listening in now are of island origins. Part of what we're doing with Island Origins or Taste the Islands is that we're exposing our culture to a greater audience. So we don't even just do it to share amongst ourselves. It's not just for us to look in the magazine and be proud of our accomplishments. That's a part of it.
Right.
But we want to show how great we are to people outside of our ethnicity.
We know us.
Right. We know us, and it's great that we have something that we're sharing for us, but we want everyone else to learn about how great we are so that we're promoting all of us.
Right.
That's really what we're about.
I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what we're talking about here. Again, the culture. We can talk about it with the music. We talk about the food. I tell people this all the time. In many places of the world you go, they're renowned for not oftentimes one thing. Some places are the architecture. Some places it's the food. The Caribbean, I would say Jamaica, but I'm going to say the Caribbean, the islands. Yeah, we are renowned for many things.
Many.
But the thing about it is, we're not normally the loudest. In the party, yes, but I mean in terms of promotion.
Right.
No, in the party we are.
In promotion.
But in promotions we're not. And I think sometimes we assume that because it's so beautiful where we're from, everybody's looking. You know what I mean? We're a very small speck. If you look on the globe, we're a very small speck. So there are a lot of people in a lot of places that don't know about us. So we have to share the word about each other. And if you have friends, which we all do, none of us just only have Caribbean friends. You know what I mean? If you have friends and events like Reggae Reels coming up, Taste of the Islands coming up, or whatever the case may be, invite everybody. Invite everybody. I like it. Ladies and gentlemen, we got Mr. David I. Muir here. Katrina, big up herself. Roy, big up herself. Ingo King, big up herself. Thank you so much for everybody locked in. We got one more joint here from Mr. Vegas' upcoming album, Ism. Keep it moving, keep it grooving. It is Homegrown.
True self. Wake up, it's time to
asleep, now awake time. I see my people feeding from the fake vine. Try save your soul, come me and save mine. Free up yourself, no more waste time. My people, them capture, and have us a serve the slave master. Them spread lies like cancer, but now we know that love is the answer. Black people, stop, let them fool ya, and get to know earth rightful ruler. Remember Bob said no make them school ya. Judgment for all the wickedness them do ya. Wake up black people, it's time to know your true self. Wake up, wake up. It's time to look to the hills from whence cometh our help. Wake up, wake up. It's only by judge and love you can be saved. You can be saved. And if you can't accept the truth, you're still mentally enslaved. Jah love lift me up higher, above the wicked way I say them bad prayer. No pagans can't escape the fire. Them teach us wrong doctrines cause them a liar. You major in a psychology, you build your schools of theology. You still a teaching people ideology. Jah I go bring you down, make everybody see. Yo Mr. Vegas, I want them. Stop worshipping the gods of the pagans. When you hear me say amen, hallelujah to the true and living king. So wake up black people, it's time to know your true self. Wake up, wake up. Got to look to the hills from whence cometh our help. Wake up, wake up. It's only by judge and love you can be saved. You can be saved. You can't accept the truth, you're still mentally enslaved. Oh, 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 oh. My people, oh, oh, my people, them lost.
Yeah, my ladies and gentlemen, that one is called Wake Up Again. The album is in Mr. Vegas. Brand new album coming out in a couple of days. We'll also go on premiere the album right now and talk to, of course, Mr. David I. Make sure I'm splash the I in it.
Yeah, man, I had a thing, man.
You know, I as an island.
Here's the thing now. I'm going to just jump on the Vegas thing for a little bit. Vegas, man, the man does some incredible work.
Yeah.
You know, some of just like those classic, those all-time classic songs. Mr. Vegas is a part of them. And so I have a lot of respect for Mr. Vegas as an artist and a talent. And as I said to you earlier off the air, sometimes him talk just too much. So we get too much of his opinion. And it's hard to filter and separate. But when you listen to the music, Virgin, the music is great music, man. It's on point. Like, so, you know, leave out the noise and listen to what Vegas is saying. Man, I play the man music nice.
Let me tell you something. And I do feel like sometimes, because I'm on here for entertainment. The thing with me, pretty much, my wife cannot do it, but I can, is I can separate life from art. So you can say all kind of things today, but if you drop the right tune, I'm going to turn a blind eye. You know what I'm saying? I'm guilty.
Yeah.
I'm guilty. But the thing is, I do think that a lot of the things he says comes from a pure place. It's just a matter of, you know what I mean, rationalizing stuff before it goes boom. Hence, the next episode of the podcast, Homegrown with G-Code, which is coming up pretty soon, is called Public Relations and the importance of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because people don't realize the importance of PR sometimes. And sometimes they do. In this era of social media, I think a lot of times we feel, say, boy, you know something? But if I get myself out there on social media and if they see enough of me, then I'm going to be out. But the truth is, it can go both ways.
You know, I agree with you, but I don't think that Vegas agrees with you. I think Vegas thinks that every opportunity is an opportunity. I think he genuinely believes that. Because I want to plug myself just a little bit right here. Like, this album, I happen to do the photo shoot for this current one that's dropping.
Yes, I saw that.
And so... Yeah, and so what I want to say about it though is that
no bootleg.
yes. So and I'm very proud of being a part of this and being the one to have done some of these pictures. But I want to tell you why I respect and rate Vegas. So Vegas, like something go on the other day where him say meme instead of meme.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know who saw that video clip, but within 24 hours, Vegas created a joke about himself.
I love it.
Using the same images from this photo shoot, different ones on the album. Him just dig down into the batch, created a joke about himself and put it out there.
Genius.
Exactly.
There's a certain level of genius to Mr. Vegas. Because here's the other thing that I found hilarious. When the meme thing come out, and it take off, the average person, big artists are not. Me know what if a big artist right now would I still have try to figure out the recovery. Not only did he create the song, but I saw him post a video. I don't know if it was Switzerland or Sweden, somewhere place like that, with him on stage. Have about 20,000 people. I said, meme. This is the same word that people make fun of.
Yeah.
And look at the footage of Mr. Vegas on stage doing the snap with about 20,000 people behind him. They're ready? Say meme. And the whole crowd that said, not very many people can pull that off. So I give credit where it is.
That's why I brought it up. Because listen, he's a client of mine.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm never going to embarrass my client, even if I would in my mind think so. But I'm going to tell you, I have a lot of respect for the man who make a mistake and own it in that kind of way. He said, listen.
Not just own it, but own it and turn it into revenue.
Opportunity. Yeah, opportunity.
You can't, brother.
Yeah.
Man, if I could go down and figure out all of my mistakes and get that dollar from each one.
Yeah. It's a vibes. Vibration.
It's a vibes. David, we're listening to some music. The album, let me give it a plug to the camera is at. It's called Ism. You see it here. You don't have it. I do. All right? You ain't. I'm just rubbing it in. It's brand spanking. It's you know what this is? This is it's a preemie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
this
man.
baby was born.
It's about to be born.
It's about to, yeah, but you know what I mean? So you ain't got it. I got it.
Nice.
You have a copy of it, David?
I do.
You couldn't just say no?
No. Reginald,
lie to me.
I worked on the thing, man.
Tell me to say it in the mail or something. I can't just kill my buzz.
Yeah, no, they forwarded one to me, and I'm grateful. So yeah, I mean, again, I worked on the project. That's it. I mean, not musically, but image-wise.
You didn't play nothing, a tambourine, nothing?
No tambourine. I played the canon.
The canon.
I played the canon.
And everybody can play that now.
No,
that's an instrument of power.
It is.
David, you're an author.
Yes.
As I have the book here, and we keep putting on camera. It's called Pieces of Jamaica, the Real Rock Edition, which ultimately means that there's going to be another edition soon.
Absolutely.
The book is renowned. People love it. I love it. Talk to me about not necessarily the book, but the process of Pieces of Jamaica. Because how many pages? First of all, when people put out a book nowadays, even if it's a novel, this thick, David, me not tell no lie. Even if it's a novel, the last novel I read, maybe it's my intellect, but the last novel I read
it was a little thin.
It was a little thin.
So, okay. The Pieces of Jamaica, the process, there's a lot of people that assisted to make that possible. Mm-hmm. Let me tell you what happened. It started out very, very, very simply. Me and my best friend. Mm-hmm. That's how a lot of projects start out.
Right.
It's called Me and My Best Friend.
Right.
So, big up to my best friend. Actually, his mother passed away last week, and so even more big up to my best friend, Sean Henry. Fantastic painter. I would venture to say one of Jamaica's top 10 painters right now, currently. Fantastic watercolorist. The man is amazing. He's my best friend in the whole world. There's no question. Now, the thing about this thing is that I moved away from Jamaica with a lot of tears. I don't claim to be a crier,
right.
But I cried when the decision was made and I was leaving Jamaica because I love Jamaica. I grew up there. I still have lived more years in Jamaica than anywhere else. Mm-hmm. So it's still near and dear. I've been in America for a minute, but I was in Jamaica for more minutes.
Right. For an hour.
Right, exactly.
Right.
So leaving Jamaica was tough. And I didn't know how I would get a chance to honor my love of Jamaica until... Right. Selfishly, I started collecting these images. It was just memories. I was trying to sort of hold on to Jamaica as I remembered it. Mm-hmm. I wanted images that represent my memories of Jamaica, having grown up there and then moving away to America. And as I was collecting the images, I would share them curiously in different places, whether it be a Facebook post or in a small exhibition or whatever it was. I would share my images of my memories of Jamaica. Overwhelmingly, people kept wanting to see more. So we were able to share and to show the work, mm-hmm. and consistently as we shared and showed the work, people said, "This is special. We want to see more."
Right.
So the process, I think, for me is really more about owning that I would continue to pursue it. Living outside of Jamaica and making a commitment to go back home enough times to develop that catalog. It took commitment. It is not a free process. So a lot of times people, ignore the fact that it costs a lot of, first of all, money to finance moving up and down. But the time commitment, capture all of this stuff. 90% of this book is images of me walking Jamaica by foot. Like literally, I mean, after you can't be in a car and take pictures. When you're moving, you literally have to get out and put your foot on the pavement and go. So I would walk wherever, walk Camp Road, walk King Street, walk Princess Street, wherever. I literally walked out Kingston, I walked out St. Anne, I walked out. I mean, some of it is driving in between. I didn't walk the island.
From Kingston to St. Anne.
From Kingston to St. Anne.
Right.
But to get the images, you had to get out and walk.
Absolutely.
And it was tremendously rewarding to do that, but it was a commitment of time that people don't genuinely understand, which is why there's a lot of better photographers in Jamaica than I. There's a lot of people who would have better ideas and concepts about how to honor their love of Jamaica than I. But it's not a simple process.
Right.
Which is why there are not that many works like this around.
Right.
So I'm
If
proud. Well,
I've seen other stuff,
yes,
But
I feel
this
it.
is solid. This is the box set. This is when you get the, you know what I'm saying? When you buy the thing with the 5 CDs and it's a lot.
I got
and
you.
it's all great.
Yeah. The thing is, it's just authentic. And that's the
Right.
thing. Nothing here was staged to look like, oh, this is a marketing piece or this is a PR for Jamaica. And I am going to say a lot of respect to those people in Jamaica who promote Jamaica, the tourist board, the government of Jamaica. They do a phenomenal job, but they're packaging stuff that they think people will gravitate to.
Right.
I'm just giving people the raw, true Jamaica.
Your Jamaica.
My Jamaica.
Right.
The way I see it. So I was glad you said that, He said, my Jamaica. I know if people cuss me, brethren, how you never put this in the book? And how you never put that in the book?
Is Ocho Rios in the book, David?
Every single place in Jamaica is in the book.
Okay, because I just want to make sure. And I said, I've seen it, so I know it's in there, but I'm a watching my shameless plug.
Right.
So I just have to make sure.
So here's the thing about it. And you say Ochi. So I was intentional about not showing anything that was obvious, or if I did show obvious, I didn't make it obvious.
Right.
So people ask me, for example, is this Duns River Falls on the cover? And I'm like, no.
Right.
So where is Duns River? I mean, everybody
It's on a
knows the
postcard.
falls
Yeah,
is
it's on a
Duns River.
postcard.
So I didn't do the obvious Duns River
Right.
Falls. And then I'll actually just show you, because for the purpose of the discussion, when I did put Duns River Falls in the actual book, it don't look like Duns River Falls, people know. So this is my shot at Duns River Falls.
Wow.
But people say, but it is Duns River Falls. I actually literally am in the falls taking a picture. But I was showing the people of Jamaica, not the tourists, going up the falls holding hands.
Right. We're not selling that.
Which is what people expect when they say, oh, falls, where's the tourist and where's the hand holding going up the thing, or the wide shot or the drone footage shot. No. I went in the water, got in there with the people who are our people enjoying Duns River Falls,
And
and
get the shot.
I shared that.
But you know what's amazing? You mentioned that. Like I said, there's something about the authenticity in it. Because here's the deal. I'm from Ocho Rios. Duns River Falls, I've probably been to 1,000 times. Right? I don't know if I've ever climbed the falls holding anybody's hands.
No, I don't know.
But this
Yeah.
right here in the little pools.
Yeah, in the pool.
I've done this.
Exactly. And so that's pieces of Jamaica for me.
Right.
It's showing what I know to be the real Jamaica.
I love it.
How I experience it as a Jamaican. That's what I'm showing.
I love it. You cannot have my copy, y'all. But you can hit up David for a copy of this. It's a beautiful body of work. I when I saw the work, I was very, very impressed. I was very, very intrigued, because as I thumbed through the pages, I don't claim to have visited and seen everywhere in Jamaica. And you know the things set up already. Sometimes you're from the people who are from Jamaica. Sometimes see less of Jamaica
I know.
than outsiders. But everywhere that I come across that I've seen, I was like, wow, because I remember You know what I mean? Because some of it don't even look that way anymore.
Which was one of the reasons I was inspired to do the book. Big up to all corporations and people that do business in Jamaica. But at one point, Digicel was doing a Digicel Jamaica. They were trying to make Jamaica look like Digicel.
Right.
That was their vision. Great. I'm not going to complain about it. But thank you.
Somebody said, Nads says, show an example. I hope this is what you're asking for is the actual cover of the book.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm just holding it up so every camera can catch it.
And you can go to piecesofjamaica.com and you can see literally, I think at least 100 of the pictures from the book are on the website available to be seen. So if you go to piecesofjamaica.com, you can view, a good selection of the images from the book. And I did that intentionally because I want people to be able to enjoy the book. If you don't buy it and to have a physical copy, feel free, enjoy it online. There's no problem whatsoever.
You can sell that. You know, David, this is where I jump into a lot of times and you all come up with an artistic thing there. You see, these are passion pieces. I know. Yeah, whatever. Because your passions, here's your heart, your love and everything. But here's the deal. This book weighs about a half a pound or more.
It's about 3 pounds, actually.
It's about 3 pounds. Yes. You can't tell how much Jim make, right? So it's I say that to say, and a little bit of work into this.
No,
this ain't cheap.
No.
And then the quality is another thing too, because you could get anything. I could put a book together in a half an hour. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't put this together in a half an hour. So here's the deal. Yes, go look on the website on the Reggae, but find the book, find the author, find wherever it's being sold, and you need to have this. This is the coffee table book. This when you have your neighbors, them who not come from Jamaica, and even those who are from Jamaica, and them come sit in my house and try and have some coffee. You know what I mean? They're supposed to say, "What is that?"
It's a conversation starter. Yeah, there's no doubt.
Get yours.
It's a conversation starter.
It's an excellent body of work, brother. And me do it. I'm a proud of it. You say, how you got David I. Muir? I kid you. I'm telling you. You see, if my name is David Muir, I may never have the I, but I tell people say I'm my thing. I kid you not. I got no shame in I'll take credit for whatever. So there's a David Muir right now somewhere in the world telling people that a theme thing.
I'm going to tell you a big joke then. From you mentioned that. I'm not going to call a name, but there's actually a photographer around townish, around here somewhere, who tell people all the time his film book. And I say, so no, me and David do the book, we never want to put my name on the front too. No, I kid you not. I kid you not. Real? There are people who tell people that, yeah man, it's me and David do this, man.
Wow.
Yeah man, absolutely. So
I see why he would, but it ain't right.
but so here's the thing. I'll say this. It's definitely a collaborative. I got a lot of support, a lot of moral support, financial support at home, patience from family, and some great support. My best friend Sean in Jamaica was pretty much with me at every single step of the way. If I took a step, he was right there with me. That's one great thing. And then other people contributed. Sonia Morgan, who is a brilliant writer, wrote all the poetry and prose that goes beside the pieces. And people said, there's poetry in there? Yeah, believe it or not. The images are there. It's a full book. But there is words that go with all the pictures. And I didn't do the words. I'm not that type of an artist. So I have to give honor to the lady who did give the words that accompanied the pieces of work. So I appreciate that, Sonia. All the work you did has been tremendous.
It bad.
Thank you.
It bad is the word I'm gonna use. Sometimes we try to you dig deep for the intellectual.
Right.
It bad.
It bad. It tough.
It tough. It wicked. It bad like it is. Man, I lie.
Ooh.
All right.
Like,
ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna be back with Mr. David I. Muir. Keep it moving, keep it grooving. It is Homegrown.
Yo, chemist, hear this. Me hope this wake up some of them. Oh yeah, hey. Them have the love with them brothers and them sisters. Them woulda sell you out for one slice of pizza. Then them wanna burn out Kanye West. Enough of them are some real hypocrites. Some don't care nothing about the ancestors. Them sit up in the church and praise the God of the oppressors. Them have the love with them blackness. With the bleaching cream, enough of them obsessed. Look how long Muta been telling we, but we mock him and treat him like the enemy. You choose the white gods over the black gods. I know me tell the truth, the hell you want send me. If you coulda right now, you woulda sell me. You not have to say it loud, your actions tell me. You woulda choose Jesus over me. You not left the slave master when them want hang me. Them have the love with them brothers and them sisters. Them woulda sell you out for one slice of pizza. Then them wanna hypocrites. Some not care nothing about the ancestors. Them sit up in the church and praise the gods of the oppressors. Them have the love for them blackness. With the bleaching cream, no for them obsessed. Where can you say when the Bible no say? The Bible say you do we sin, the God a punish you. Do we wrong twice and kill all the babies that make the mothers eat them placenta and them babies. When me read Deuteronomy 28, you wonder why God did a priest so much faith. So me turn eye open and me wide awake. Me see a lie them a tell and them doctrine fake. You better start love your brothers and your sisters, cause the oppressors them are tricksters. Me know so enough of you know I fear this, cause it go against where you are practice. Some don't care nothing about the ancestors. Them sit up in them church and praise the God of the oppressors. Them have the love for them blackness. With the bleaching cream, no for them obsessed. Oh, 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 oh no, oh no. Oh, oh, oh no, oh no.
David,
Yeah.
you are renowned for what you do. So is Mr. Roy Sweetland. We had both of you on for that episode of the podcast. Was a real nice episode for me. One of my favorite episodes, I must say. I try to tell people all the time, it's not just about music, because my background is music. A lot of times people would probably assume that that's where it's going to go. And I do talk to a lot of artists because, you know what? I'm fan, so it is what it is. But every time I get an opportunity to talk to somebody who's outside of that, it's quite enlightening. And the jewels that are dropped and that were dropped by you too. So thanks for joining me on that one. I appreciated it. Now, we're going to talk. Now, we're getting to, and we went to it before, Reggae Reel. Which is kind of why we're here. But at the end of the day, the arts to me are they're nurturing the minds, they're nurturing the souls, because that's exactly what it is. But it ain't groceries, so and by that I mean people aren't running to it every weekend.
No.
So we've got to make our efforts to get it out to the masses. So what I want you to do right now is to give us, to encapsulate what Reggae Reel is. I know we spoke on it earlier.
Absolutely.
But let the masses know why they've got to be there.
Wow. The worst thing is for me to tell people why you got to come and support something that's my artistic expression. But I think if there's a why,
Mm-hmm.
the why has to be the opportunity to share culture or to share in our culture.
Mm-hmm.
Caribbean culture, Jamaican culture, reggae music culture,
Mm-hmm.
Jamaican music culture. All of these things are going to be strongly on display. And I think that when we are outside of our space, which is the actual Caribbean islands, it is very important that we pay attention to the nuggets, the opportunities that we get to really revel in who we are and what we're all about. And Reggae Reel is really a testament from me to what it is that our culture represents musically.
Right.
There's not just the capture. So here's the thing. You can go to a show and watch the entire show, and you may have put enough attention to the show where you feel like you got it all, but you miss something. There's a word or two. You turn to look at your brother, your sister, you talk to your wife or your cousin. Something happened that distracted your attention, even just briefly, and you missed a moment or something that was said or something that was done. The thing about Reggae Reel is that it is me picking from the thousands and thousands and thousands of moments that I've experienced in front of the stage, watching and capturing, and it's me sharing those moments. Each of those moments have something absolutely super special about them.
Right.
So
if I understand correctly, because your work is broad. We're looking at pieces of Jamaica. I've gone to some of your events and seen a wide array of different type of art. But the thing is called Reggae Reel.
It is Reggae
So it's
Reel.
Reggae Reel.
It is Reggae Reel. And understand this. When I say reggae, I mean Jamaican music. And I didn't call it Jamaican music reel because it just never flow the same way. But Reggae Reel
It's like saying Jai. That song. Yeah, I get you.
Reggae Reel is about Jamaican music reel.
Right.
the Miami, I'm going to pub a publication that did an interview with me. So the Miami New Times asked me a question about what's my favorite image. And, it's like somebody asked me, what's my favorite child? I love all my children.
Right.
They're all favorite. But I had to give an answer because, when you get the opportunity to get that type of exposure in a major newspaper, I'm like, you know what, I'm going to do the interview and give them what they want.
Right.
So I told him that my favorite image in the collection that's being shown is the image of Buju Banton on stage 2011. Wow. 2011? Mercy, so the time fly. Wow. 7 years. So he had already been incarcerated from the year before. They released him to, I guess house arrest or whatever it was, and they allowed him to do one performance.
Right.
And that one performance still exists as his last performance ever.
Right.
I have had that image, and I could have shown it before, and I've never decided to show it. I don't know why, but it just was a series of events that led to me not showing that particular image. But now that image is a part of this show. Now Buju is expected to be released December of this year. Assuming everything goes well and he doesn't get into a fight or something in prison, he'll be out. And I feel it's now appropriate for me to share that image. That image and what took place for me to get that picture. Now I'm a slightly unruly person, not
Slightly,
very slightly. So there's at a professional music show, photographers are allowed to capture the first two songs and no more. So anytime you go,
that's how it works.
That's how it works. You're allowed the first two songs.
Right.
So if somebody sing 20 songs, you cannot document 18 of the songs. Just the first two songs. Wow. No, because Jamaican music is not as professional as that. A lot of times you will see a Jamaican photographer stand up in front of the Jamaican artist for the entire set and take 1,000 or 10,000 pictures or whatever he desires.
Right.
But when you reach certain level shows, like a Buju Banton show or a Marley show, there's no chance. You're not going to get to just stand there and take pictures as long as you want. You got to get your stuff done and move on because that's it. Your time is up.
Right.
So that particular picture of the Buju's last performance, I mean, definitively his last performance, was that they'd already cut us off. The time was up. And they hurried us away, and the photographers, packed them bag and put it away or went home or whatever. But the show was going on. It was a phenomenal performance where, all these people who supported Buju and wanted Buju to be free were there. I mean, innumerous artists came to perform with Buju. To me, the highlight of that performance was him on stage with Stephen Marley singing Duppy Conqueror.
Right.
I mean, that's to me, this point was still just the power of that moment. Wow. When you think about the lyrics of Duppy Conqueror and what they were singing with the man just come out of the prison and singing about that in that song, it gave me goosebumps. But I had enough gumption, enough, this is a chauvinistic term, balls. I had enough balls.
Testicular fortitude is what we prefer
there you go.
on the forum.
Sorry. Balls, tennis ball, cricket ball, football. I had enough testicular fortitude to sneak side stage beyond the time that we had already been shut down and get this image of Buju because he was sitting front of stage on the monitor and he had a spotlight on him. All the other lights were dead. So there was just this very faint silhouette of me shooting him side stage. But it's just a brilliant, to me, shot and of the moment, of a description of what was taking place at this very solemn show. I mean, this was I am after jail, people. This is it. It was really a Debbie Downer / uplifting moment to be in that space. And I just took a chance. I said, somebody going to probably I want to get in trouble, I'm going to do whatever. But I wanted to get that shot. And that shot I've never shared in a public exhibition. My close friends have seen it, people who, but it's such a special moment for me. And I'm now sharing that for the first time. So that's sort of why people must come out. I have all these moments to share. And I've shared tons of my work, all the various shows I've done. But this is going beyond. This is now, we kind of saying, here's some of my personal moments that I really want people to see. There's a Master Griffith shot in there that I shot, I don't even know when, but years ago. and I just never showed it before, and I'm showing it now. There's a picture of who is in that shot?
So there's a lot of images here that are first timer.
Yeah, a lot of first timers. Yeah, man. There's
And that's character testament too, because again, you had no idea that at that time when you're taking that shot, right?
Yeah.
You had no idea that today, with the city of Pompano, was gonna come.
I didn't know. No.
So you don't know.
I don't know.
Most people would have put that shot out the Tuesday.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But there was something about the moment that you thought was sacred.
Exactly.
That this is not the time, if ever there will be a time.
Exactly. There's a lot of that. So there's a lot of first time shots. Again, somebody has said something to me. I'd made my selection of what would be in the show, and somebody made a comment to me, and I said, "Oh, wow, you know what? I want to include something different." And at first, I thought, you know what I was going to do? I said, "Oh, I'm going to put Jimmy Cliff in the show." I've never shown a Jimmy Cliff picture in any of my exhibitions, and I said, "Oh, I'm going to put Jimmy Cliff." And then a discussion with a friend, and them said, "No, we put Jimmy Cliff for that's too obvious."
Right.
And I said, "Yeah, okay, good point." And I dig again. I said, "All right, let me think back." And you know what? I went back to a show that I shot. I think it was 2013, Icons of Reggae. And there's a moment I didn't even remember it. I went back and I was just looking through stuff, digging through, just digging through some of my archive of what I've shot. And here, the picture that I wanted to show, that I didn't know I wanted to show till I saw it. A picture with John Holt and Uri on stage together. Wow. I was just like, yeah, this is it. First time, never shown before. So that's the kind of stuff you're going to get to see. It's like, yeah.
I like it. I'm excited. I'm definitely going to be there.
Yeah, man. Love
me and the family, we're going to come out. And like you said, you can't see it all. It's like your favorite film. You got to watch it 4 times to see everything.
Yeah.
So we'll probably come out a couple of times. I got some folks coming in from out of town. We'll definitely bring them
man,
out. Ladies and gentlemen.
Bring over the people who come and visit. We open August the 10th, and it closes at this point in time, September 30th. I would not be surprised if we are extended.
It's going to be extended.
I'm not. I don't know who they have coming right after me, so that may.
Unfortunate for them.
It may, but I have a feeling that the turnout that we get for this show might extend the show. So we will see. Show up, Jamaican lovers, music lovers, reggae lovers who are not from Jamaica,
right?
Other island people, come out and show off. Here's the thing, like G said, he's bringing out the family. Come and show off who we are to others. That's really what it's about.
And just come enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. A lot of times I talk to friends of mine and they're like, what do we do? We're living in South Florida. There's beach down the road. We got a beach every single day. Or not. You know what I'm saying?
Or not. For real.
Or not. Did you hear?
Abundance of riches.
Abundance, and we don't take advantage. Or we say, we live in South Florida. There's theme parks up the road, so we can't go all the time. Or not. But the thing is, this is something different. I tell people all the time, it's not about the activity, it's not about the destination, it's about the experience. And truth be told, we always want to be a first part, or whatever the case may be. This is a first. The work that you're showing is the first time. I'm not saying you're not going to show it again, but who knows? You may get selfish and just have to tuck it back in, you know what I mean? And bringing it back out. Be there to see the work. See, and I'm looking forward to that day. You said also, talk to me now about the Artist's Day.
So I'm going to tell you now. So, okay, there's a couple of things. And to your point about showing work, hanging a show of this magnitude is not a simple feat. It's not like you're going and 2 hours later, it's done. It takes time, and it takes a lot of coordination. You need the quality space and the facility to show this type of work. So this may never be seen again. I mean, I don't know. I can't predict. Just like how I didn't know this moment was going to come, I don't know if it's going to come again. Genuinely, even if I want it to happen, I don't know it's going to happen again.
G. Cole may steal some of the art.
G. Cole is welcome to buy some of the art.
That too. And if we buy it, then I'll see it again.
That's for sure. Which is part of why I say you don't know. You just don't know. Wow. You just don't know. Yeah, but okay, so I'm going to specifically say this. So I mentioned earlier that Felicia Gray and Eugene Gray were instrumental in inviting the city to pay attention to what could happen. A year ago, when this facility opened, Eugene Gray had his annual show. He had usually kept that show at the Broward Center for the Performing Arts. But this new facility opened in Pompano Beach called the Pompano Beach Cultural Center, and Eugene took his show to the Pompano Beach Cultural Center. That show is, I'm going to say, I'm not reading it right now, but I'm going to tell you that I believe the name of the show is The American Roots of Jamaican Music. I believe that's the exact name. Don't quote me on it, but if it's not that, it's close to that. American Roots of Jamaican Music, which is an interesting name for a show done by a Jamaican artist.
Right.
And the first time I saw that show, it blew me away. It blew me away because what he is able to do is to show how American music culture affected and helped to create what we treasure as our Jamaican music.
Yeah.
And if you've never seen that show, I'm going to tell you, August 26th, mark the date. You need to come out and see this show. So this show is going to be on the same day that I do the artist talk. We're going to do the artist talk early. I specifically asked them to open a facility early so we can do it. We're going to have, as I said earlier, I'm going to give a talk. We're going to introduce the work. We're going to tell you why and how each of the images came to be. After that is completed, that reception, food, drink, all of that stuff that we're doing, that same day, we're going to have in the auditorium, which sits beside the gallery. When I say beside, meaning if you shift your foot, you move from one space to the next. Wow. It's not like you walk outside and you cross the street. It's not like you leave the door. It's all a part of the same facility.
Right.
And that evening at 7 p.m., which goes for 3 hours, there's going to be this amazing concert called American Roots of Jamaican Music. And there are going to be a slew of artists, and it's going to be a phenomenal show. Not only have they taken the show that they've been doing for years, and has been supremely successful, but they have now revamped it. They have expanded the show. So if you've seen it before, you actually still need to come out because what they've done is they've now gone deeper and stronger.
Wow.
There's going to be a slew of vocalists. I'm not calling names so that people say, oh, but him says so and so and so. I'm just going to tell you, they've been rehearsing already for months. Wow. This is no joke. It's orchestration. It's some of Jamaica's greatest musicians and vocalists coming together to put this show together. It is limited seating. So for this...
And this is also not no charge?
This is going to have a charge.
Oh, okay.
This is going to have a charge.
Okay.
So this show, which begins at 7 and runs through 10 p.m., you have to pay to get a seat because the space is limited.
Yeah.
I don't believe they can hold more than 400 people. Last year, sold out. Year before, sold out. So I'm going to recommend that if you want to be a part of that experience, if you want to see the show, go on the box office for Pompano Beach Cultural Center and buy yourself a ticket. There is an early bird price versus the at-the-door price. I don't know them off the top of my head, but I believe the early bird is 40, and I think the at-the-door is 50. That's 7 p.m. You can come out, you can enjoy David Muir's art exhibition. You don't have to attend the show. But if you want to stay and get the musical accompaniment to what you've experienced at the art show, and I'm highly recommending that you do, go online and reserve your ticket. Because you're choosing not only to buy a ticket now, but you get to choose your seat. So if you don't want to sit in the back, which is still a great seat because you're at the show.
It's only 400 seats.
But if you don't want to sit in the back,
right,
buy it now because those tickets will be sold out. It's absolute.
And those prices are ridiculously reasonable.
For what you're getting, absolutely.
I just don't use certain words. Certain words are not in my vocabulary, so I won't say them tickets are cheap.
No,
they're
not
ridiculous.
Cheap.
They're reasonable because for what you're
for
getting,
what you get.
If this was a different event and so forth, you'd be spending $100. You'd be spending 75, 85.
Oh, easy.
Easily. And not for the premier seats too. So ladies and gentlemen, listen. David, I know time's of the essence. Let me ask you this because like you mentioned earlier, somebody asking you to pick what's your favorite painting and it's like pick your favorite child. What people don't understand is, you're a human being first and then an artist next. You know what I mean? And us as creatives, we think a little, and you as being super creative, you think a lot. Me think a little off. you out the road.
I'm out there.
You know what I mean? Talk to me about and again, it's a tough question for me to even ask because you've been involved in so many things. What is it about Reggae Reel outside of the stuff you just named for us, from a passion standpoint, that sets it apart from all the other things you've been involved in?
Wow, that's an interesting question. The last part is what makes it so interesting. That sets it apart from the other things I've done. I think just maybe the fact that along the way, I've now done so many collaborations with other creatives that I think at this point, it's like you build a bonus upon a bonus upon a bonus. So, when you started doing things and you were able to use collaborations to improve yourself, it's good when you learn how to do that. I'm now at the point where I immerse myself in the collaborations. Right. So even though it is a solo show and it's only my work, it's a result of all of the people who support me. I'll bring it back to Roy Sweetland. Roy Sweetland, for me, is like a hero guy. He is somebody who made me understand that I could do this.
Wow.
Understand how large that is. I didn't know that you could be somebody who was willing to, in Jamaican culture, be willing to say, I am dedicating myself to capturing images of shows and to make that be something that I've done. Because I would want to do it, but where's the example of that's something that you could do successfully?
Right.
And so for me, Roy Sweetland represents something great in that sense. When I meet Roy and I see Roy, it's like, oh my gosh, look at the life you are living. You're shooting for VP Records. You're at every show. That's like a dream for somebody who's a fan of music and a fan of reggae culture.
Right.
And like, oh my God, look at this man. He's living my dream. I can do it too because the example has been set for me.
Right. I got you.
What is more special about this show is the journey that I've taken to get to this point with all the various collaborations, all the different people that have been able to influence me to make me better at what I do so that now I can show this level of work. One of my close friends who's a photographer saw the pieces preview because they're now almost done. They're pretty much prepared for the show. We're doing some final touches. But people have seen the work and people who know my work says, David, this is like next level stuff.
Right.
And that has come about because of the input of people like who are saying those words and the other people close to me. Because while yes, you can improve, but you will only improve that much more when you have other people who can help to push you because they're doing more themselves and you are able to see and interact with those people such that they influence you to improve and to make yourself better.
I love it.
Yeah, and so that's what's different about this show for me.
So this is all you.
It's all me.
But you are pretty much a testimony of all the people you've interacted with.
Absolutely.
Up until now.
Without question. There is no removing the influence of the people that I'm around. Not just the photographers too. Everybody, the artists, the people that I interact with who, even the people who are trying to harm what I'm doing are a part of it. Because the people who want to stop me and want to decry what I do are the ones that push me to go beyond them because I'm not accepting any...
Service motivation.
Yeah, there's no end to what
No royalties being given, no.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. Yeah, but it's a love thing. It's
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. And I'm gonna put this episode this up on the podcast too. I'll probably get it up in by tomorrow or so forth. So we'll get it up so the masses who are not everybody is sitting down and some people are bonfire for Facebook. So we're gonna put it up on the podcast so they can go ahead and check it out. I'm gonna take some information from you, put in the show notes, the dates, the times and stuff like that. We'll put it up there. Mr. Muir, before I let you get out of here, drop some social media info and some contact info how they can reach you for whatever reason and also for Reggae Reel.
All right, so I'm the worst, but I'm gonna take a stab at it. To find information about Reggae Reel, you should go to the Pompano Beach Cultural Center's website, which I believe is ccpompano.org. So if you go to ccpompano.org, you will see upcoming events. You will see Reggae Reel. I believe it's on the main page right there. That's how you get information about the show. But do know the show opens August 10th, runs through September 30th. It's open Monday to Fridays, every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. or by appointment. You can make a schedule that fits your schedule. If you work from 9 to 7 every day, make your own time, call them up, make an appointment. You can get to see the show. Our special artist audience reception is occurring on Sunday, August 26th. Doors open at 2:30. I can't say how long I will go. It depends on how many people are there and how many people have questions for me. But I'll go on at least till 4 p.m., probably a little bit beyond that. And we will be serving refreshments. There will be stuff that's there, bites. We're not serving you Sunday dinner. I've learned. I've learned not to suggest to people they're getting Sunday dinner. But come on, we will have light refreshments.
For you.
There will be something for you. Later that evening, you can enjoy the American roots of Jamaican music. I highly recommend that you come out and spend the evening with us. That's going to be a special show. Tickets are limited, so buy your tickets early. It will be sold out. If you are the one who get to choose if you are part of the audience.
Right, but it will be.
But it will be. I've never seen that show not sell out. So
Right.
it's going to be finished. You just decide, do you want to be a part of that experience? Additional stuff for contacting David Muir specifically. I have a couple ways you could reach me. I think probably the easiest at this point is david@islandsyndicate.com. That's very straightforward. David@islandsyndicate.com, which is the email address. You can reach me on my cell phone, and I actually really prefer WhatsApp. If you're going to reach out to me, before you call me, before you text me, send me a WhatsApp message. My cell phone is 954-200-5110. 954-200-5110. David Muir, a.k.a. Sexy Man, a.k.a. Daddy Muir, a.k.a. the man who will not stop being no, they call me a serial entrepreneur. I don't know who came up with that term, but it truly represents who I am.
Wow.
I have no fear to try anything. If an idea feels right to me, I'm going to try it.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, you can, you got the side mirror bags that we've created. I could go down the list of things. I'm never afraid to try.
Right. I like it.
Why? Why are we afraid?
The crazy thing is, whether it's silently or not, because a lot of people want to say, you have no idea how many people you inspire when you do what you do. When you step out on a limb, you know what I mean? You step out on, a lot of people want to step out, but we don't want to be the guinea pig. You know what I mean? And David is out there guinea pigging that stuff and doing it well.
All the time.
Keep inspiring, brother.
Thank you. Thank you.
Inspiring.
Absolutely.
On behalf of the Homegrown listeners and myself, I want to thank you so much for passing through, dropping some nuggets on us. I really, really appreciate it.
Yeah, man. It's love.
Appreciate love. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. David I. Muir, and there you have it. Thank you so much for tuning in. It has indeed been a pleasure. Remember, subscribe to the podcast Homegrown with G. Cole, available now on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, TuneIn, Spotify, iHeartRadio, all your podcast platforms. Check out our website, homegrownwithgcole.com, to listen and also for all things homegrown. Again, remember, be safe, be kind, and be good to each other. My name is G. Cole, and this is Homegrown.
Nakikinika sa música, Homegrown with G. Cole.
Estás escuchando Homegrown con G. Cole.
您现在正在收听的是 Homegrown with G. Cole.
You're listening to Homegrown with G. Cole.